Hello, Marie-Claude.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining the Canada Coach Academy team and me here this morning for this interview. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me as well.
All right, so tell us a little bit about who you are.
So I'm an executive coach and a facilitator of group learning, and I've been doing this for over 15 years at this point. I'm currently located in Montreal, but I'm a citizen of the world. I've had the opportunity to live in a few places and travel to many more. Before my coaching journey started, I was more on in the business world. I was more on the business side of things, and I had the chance to work in Montreal, Toronto, and California, which is also where I got my MBA. And which is also where I discovered coaching at the beginning of 2000.
So tell us more about that. What brought you to coaching?
Interestingly enough, as for many discoveries, somebody talked to me about it because I was in a job that I wasn't very passionate about, and I was really going in circles. And somebody told me, "Well, why don't you get a coach?" And I said, "What's that?" And sure, I'm always willing to try new things. Yeah. And, I found a coach who kind of led me through a process of inquiry to learn more about myself, what I liked, what I didn't like. And I experienced firsthand the power of coaching and where it got me in terms of my own thinking and my own discovering process. And I realized that it would be such a great blend of all of my business skills in addition to my passion for, helping human beings get to their best potential.
Wonderful. Well, tell us a little bit more about your involvement with Canada Coach Academy.
So I had the immense pleasure of meeting the leaders at Canada Coach Academy early on in their own journey towards coaching, and had the chance to participate in the design and the creation of the program, as well as facilitate it both locally as well as in Africa. So it's been a real pleasure to work with these leaders who have such a splendid vision around coaching, and that's really where the match was. We have such a congruence in vision, and to support them in carrying this vision out into the world, and I'm continuing to be part of it.
Well, lovely. So glad to meet you and know of your influence with this wonderful program. So let's talk a little bit about coaching. What's different about a coaching conversation?
Well, the first thing I realized as I was getting coached is that it was giving me the permission, not only the permission, but the power to have all of my own answers, and I think that's the biggest contribution to the world that coaching has made, is that people are whole, capable, and competent, and the answer is somewhere hidden in there. It just hasn't been really tapped into. And it's such an empowering, feeling to be able to come up with solutions to your own problems versus, having other people tell you what to do, or they think you should do, or they've done. So it's a transformative conversation that I, like many people, had never experienced.
Right. So you've told us a little bit about having a coach. How has coaching changed your life?
Well, it's changed my life pretty dramatically because I embraced coaching. So I took somewhat of a 180 in my career. I mean, I was doing, high-tech marketing at the time, and engaged in the world of coaching. Obviously coaching is not something that you do between 9 to 5. It's a mindset. So I bring this mindset to all the conversations that I have, and it also allowed me to have deeper relationships with the people that are close to me and that I care about, which in my view, is probably the biggest gift I've gotten from coaching. My career is important, but the relationships with loved ones is even more so. So it's been, and the rest of his history. Once I took that turn, I never went back and never went elsewhere, because day after day. And that's the beauty of being able to also teach coaching, is you see, right, the light go on and the revelation in people's minds and eyes, and it reconnects with yours. Oh yeah, that's how it feels when you first discover this. And it's so exciting, and it's so empowering. So it's great to be able to kind of live that again through new participants, because I've personally been doing this for a while, right? So I don't think about it anymore.
Yeah, it's powerful to experience it as a coachee. It's exciting to be a part of it as a coach. And then I can only imagine what you've experienced in extending that reach through teaching the certification course. Tell us a little bit about your mission as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that before we spoke. And, for me, it's really about bringing coaching to as many people out there as possible. I think my first, as soon as I started my coaching training in 2001, my first thought was, these are not just coaching skills, these are life skills. Like, everybody should know how to have conversations in that way, because they'll have better relationship with their family members, they'll have better, conversations with their friends. People in school, teachers in school would get, to reach into people's potential in a way that's much more productive than the, usual teaching way that we currently do. So for me, it's can we bring this out there to as many people as possible? And they don't all have to become professional coaches, but as long as they get some of the essential skills and start practicing them, then the ball is rolling. The other part of my mission is to actually also bring this to the majority world. The majority world, the NGOs that are trying to support people there are facing massive challenges, and could probably benefit from coaching as much as a leader in a bank in Montreal. So I'm hoping that I am doing things to bring coaching to that area of the world that doesn't have the resources and the means that we do to actually access this way of development.
So you've started to allow us to see some of what the impact of this has on your footprint on the world. What do you hope as Marie-Claude to have a footprint on the world?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really to have made coaching accessible to as many people as possible, and to have made some inroads around the developing world and the majority world as well. I've already been involved in a volunteer organization that is bringing coaching to NGO leaders in the majority world, and we started with Ethiopia in the last year, and 10 leaders are getting coached right now for a year, as well as their teams. So it's an exemplary project, and these people are so devoted to the causes that they're supporting. So it's going to be really exciting to see, the results that come out of that.
You will have to keep us posted on that. So
I will, for sure.
So if you have a chance for the whole world to hear a message from you, what message would you write on a billboard for the world to see?
That's a pretty tough one. So I decided to go with my first gut reaction around this one, but I just wrote down: ask good questions, listen deeply, and a completely new world will open up to you.
That's beautiful.
So I find is the essence of coaching, right? So if everybody was doing that a little bit every day, I think the world would be transformed.
It would. I love that. Well, thank you for all you've shared today.
You're very welcome, Leah. It's been a real pleasure.
Right. And thank you also from the Canada Coach Academy team. We hope to hear more from you soon. Thank you,
For
Marie.
sure. Thank you.